The Lakers have picked up a few strong wins lately, and LeBron James has looked sharp, which might make it seem like earlier criticism of his play was off base. But that's not the case. The argument was never that LeBron can't play. It's about how his impact shows up, or sometimes doesn't, in certain moments. Plus minus, while far from perfect, can be useful for high-minute, high-usage players on winning teams, which is why legends like Tim Duncan rank so highly in that stat, and why LeBron usually does too. The frustration comes from how LeBron's numbers dipped over the past 2 seasons despite the Lakers' regular season success. That context matters. In the game against Denver, the opening quarter turned into a shootout, with Luka Doncic scoring 16 early and the Nuggets firing on all cylinders. LeBron's first touches were rough, featuring turnovers, missed defensive assignments, and long stretches where the Lakers essentially played 4-on-5. Things improve in the second quarter when he set up a red-hot teammate for a quick scoring burst, hit a jumper, and threw down a clean dunk, showing his value as a playmaker. Still, the game highlighted why single-game plus-minus can be misleading, as LeBron's energy swung between costly mistakes and timely contributions, especially as the Nuggets continued to apply pressure and force tough decisions. Jamal Murray was playing like a man possessed, completely in control and unfazed by the moment. Meanwhile, the broadcast seemed prepared for the worst, already lining up explanations in case the Lakers failed to rally and turn the game around.
You start to wonder, at what point does this altitude play a factor with the Lakers? You're starting to see some hands on hips. If you're the Lakers, that altitude, yes, kicking in.
The second half opened with a familiar sight, as the ball immediately found its way to LeBron. He barreled into Jamal Murray once more, forcing the action and narrowly avoiding another turnover. The shot was blocked, and while he did sprint back on defense, that effort didn't last long. Moments later, he raced to the other end hunting easy points, only to give them right back by losing track of Peyton Watson for an open look. The contrast was hard to miss. If that same urgency showed up consistently on defense, it could change the Lakers' identity. Instead, another breakdown followed, with Aaron Gordon slipping free in transition for a 3 as the deficit grew. Coming out of the timeout, though, Luka took over completely, dragging the Lakers back into the game almost by himself.
Doncic working on Jones, in the lane, puts it up and through. Comes Doncic. Doncic with 23. Toss up, hey! Trailed by double figures. Toss up to Gordon. How about Doncic playing free safety? Back to Doncic for 3. Boom!
Luka's been more aggressive.
Doncic, another dime to Hayes.
Lakers have Big Mo on their side now. They are the aggressors. They're getting to the basket.
It felt like a flashback to a younger LeBron. Only this time the energy was coming from Luka as he completely seized control of the game. And this is where the bigger point really comes into focus. When LeBron was off the floor, the Lakers' defense looked different. Everyone was active, talking, and locked in. You could see all 5 players moving together, tracking both the ball and their assignments. On back-to-back possessions, the effort and awareness were obvious, and the results made the case on their own.
Lakers had an unsuccessful challenge in the first half, so they're done on challenges. Watson to the rack, and offensive foul.
This roster was never built to be a defensive powerhouse, but with the right effort, it could still compete in a tough Western Conference. That rhythm shifted once LeBron checked back in. The offense slowed down, possessions dragged, and the ball stuck. On one play, the shot clock melted away before Gabe Vincent was forced into a desperation attempt, only for LeBron to benefit from a lucky bounce off an offensive rebound. It was messy, unplanned basketball. To his credit, he followed that up by knocking down a 3. On the very next trip, a defensive 3-second call bailed the Lakers out, but it raised eyebrows when LeBron stepped to the line to take the free throw, leaving the question hanging. Why him?
Why? But I ask again, why?
LeBron is roughly a 70% free throw shooter, and in this game, he was just 2 for 6. That matters, especially since JJ has already said they don't want him taking those shots. Moments like that are why it's hard to argue this has nothing to do with numbers. When a situation calls for someone else to step in, choosing otherwise sends a clear message about priorities.
I'm a guy that goes to the bench, and I like to look at this.
Some will argue that Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan would have done the exact same thing and that it would be praised as Mamba mentality. And that's true, but there's an important difference. Kobe and Jordan put in the work and were reliable at the free throw line, which made that choice a smart one. They took those shots because it improved their team's chances to win. That's not the same situation here. Early in the fourth quarter, the pattern continued. LeBron didn't rotate or offer help on defense. And this time it was impossible to ignore. Even Vanderbilt and the broadcast crew pointed it out, a rare moment where the criticism was loud and clear.
A basket. Needs something to kind of weather the storm, and the Nuggets looking for a stop.
James, head fake, blocked, and a jump ball.
And then we're back to what feels like brawn ball, holding the ball, holding before finally missing. Vanderbilt grabs the offensive rebound, and the cycle repeats. Holding, until it ends up in the stands. Somehow, the Lakers recover, giving LeBron just enough time to lob a grenade pass to Gabe Vincent. He does this so often because his teammates are forced to take the shots, meaning he racks up assists if they make them, while avoiding low percentage attempts himself and keeping his efficiency high. Once you start paying attention to these patterns, it becomes impossible to miss. In the next possession, it's more of the same. Textbook LeBron strategy at work.
7 games, looking to snap out of a slump. Watson, outside, Jones, and Hayes couldn't secure the board. Nuggets running, Brown to the rack, can't hit, and Smart fouled from behind.